Imagine waking up in a $15 million mansion, stepping outside to a fleet of luxury cars. BMW i8, Range Rover, Mercedes G-Wagon. Each one a symbol of success. This is the life most rappers chase. But for Kendrick Lamar, it was never about the money. It was about something bigger: his voice, his message, his impact. From Section 8 housing to a $140 million empire, from food stamps to the Pulitzer Prize, his journey isn't just about riches. It's about redefining what it means to be a rapper, an artist, and a legend. Before we dive into the story of the man who changed hip-hop forever, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a story like this. Now let's get into it. Kendrick Lamar's journey from the streets of Compton to becoming one of the most influential hip-hop artists of all time is nothing short of extraordinary. Born on June 17, 1987, to parents who had fled the gang-ridden south side of Chicago in search of a better life, Lamar was raised in a world where hardship was inescapable. His family lived in Section 8 housing, often relying on welfare and food stamps. Yet despite these struggles, he found inspiration in the chaos around him. Music was more than just an escape, it was a calling. From an early age, his deep introspection and keen sense of storytelling set him apart. By the time he was in high school, he was already releasing music under the stage name K, capturing the raw realities of his environment with a poetic finesse that belied his years. His talent caught the attention of Top Dog Entertainment in 2005, leading him to co-found the hip-hop collective Black Hippie alongside fellow West Coast talents. But it was his breakthrough album, Good Kid, Mad City, 2012, that catapulted him to stardom. A cinematic masterpiece chronicling the trials of youth in Compton, the album became the longest-charting hip-hop studio album in Billboard 200 history. Rolling Stone would later hail it as the greatest concept album of all time. Lamar continued to redefine hip-hop with each project, blending profound lyricism with experimental soundscapes. To Pimp a Butterfly, 2015, infused jazz, funk, and soul into his music, becoming a cultural and political landmark, while Damn, 2017, brought mainstream success with hits like Humble and earned him the Pulitzer Prize for Music, an honor never before awarded to a hip-hop artist. His artistic evolution extended beyond albums. His work on the Black Panther soundtrack not only shaped the film's identity, but also cemented his status as a visionary in both music and cinema. As of 2025, his net worth is estimated at $140 million, a testament to his impact and longevity in the industry. With over $250 million in career earnings, he has leveraged his influence into successful business ventures, including co-founding the creative company PG Lang, alongside longtime collaborator Dave Free. Beyond financial success, his legacy is defined by accolades that few can match: 22 Grammy Awards, an Emmy, and a historic presence in Rolling Stone's greatest albums of all time. The past year has been a defining one for Lamar, culminating in a dominant performance at the 2025 Grammy Awards, where he took home 5 awards for his hit song, Not Like Us. Winning Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Rap Song, Best Rap Performance, and Best Music Video, he once again proved his unmatched ability to command both critical and commercial success. Dedicated to his hometown of Los Angeles, his speech reflected the gratitude and purpose that have guided him since the beginning. As an artist, a storyteller, and an activist, he continues to challenge the industry, redefine boundaries, and inspire generations. But despite his larger-than-life presence in music and culture, he remains an enigma. While his lyrics reveal the depths of his mind, his personal life is a different story, guarded, private, and far from the flashy lifestyles of his peers. Unlike many celebrities who embrace the spotlight, Kendrick moves in silence, letting his art speak louder than his fame. At the heart of his world is his fiancée, Whitney Alford, his high school sweetheart and longtime partner. The two have been together since their teenage years, and their bond has remained unwavering. In 2015, he proposed to Whitney, solidifying their commitment. As a makeup artist and esthetician, she has been more than just a partner. She has been his pillar of support through the highs and lows of fame. Their love story expanded into parenthood in 2019 when they welcomed their first child, a daughter named Uzi. Sometime later, they had a son, Enoch, whose name reflects the deep spiritual themes often present in Kendrick's music. True to his private nature, Lamar rarely shares details about his family, allowing them to live outside the glare of public scrutiny. When he isn't crafting intricate verses or commanding the stage, he finds solace in simple pleasures. A dedicated basketball fan, he is often spotted courtside at NBA games, soaking in the energy of the sport. His passion for fashion is equally evident, whether he's in high-end designer pieces or sporting a look that blends streetwear with timeless elegance. His style is effortlessly distinctive. He is a man devoted to his family, his artistry, and his unwavering commitment to authenticity. His personal life, much like his music, is a reflection of depth, thoughtfulness, and an unbreakable connection to his roots. That same connection to his roots is what shaped his music and fueled his rise. Every lyric, every verse, and every album is a testament to the world he came from, the struggles, the triumphs, and the unfiltered truth of life in Compton. For Kendrick Lamar Duckworth, hip-hop wasn't just a career. It was a means of survival, a way to make sense of his reality and give voice to those who had none. But rather than becoming a product of his environment, he used it as fuel, absorbing the struggles, stories, and sounds that would later define his music. As a child, Lamar was quiet, observant, and deeply introspective. His love for storytelling began early, and at just 8 years old, he witnessed a moment that would forever change him. Watching Tupac Shakur and Dr. Dre film the music video for California Love in his neighborhood. That moment sparked something in him, setting him on a path toward hip-hop greatness. By the time he was a teenager, he was already writing rhymes, inspired by the likes of Jay-Z, Nas, and his hometown's own West Coast legends. At 16, he released his first mixtape under the name m.A.A.d. The project, while raw, showcased his lyrical prowess and caught the attention of Top Dog Entertainment, TD, an independent label that would become the foundation of his career. Signing with TD, Lamar spent the next few years honing his craft, releasing a string of mixtapes that built his reputation in the underground scene. It was his 2010 release, Overly Dedicated, that put him on the radar of the industry's heavyweights, showcasing a rapper with an unmatched ability to weave intricate narratives with social commentary. The following year, he released Section .80, an independent album that tackled issues of race, poverty, and systemic oppression with a poetic finesse that felt like a modern-day manifesto for the voiceless. The project's success led to a pivotal moment. Dr. Dre, one of hip-hop's most influential figures, took him under his wing. With Dre's mentorship and co-sign, his career trajectory changed forever. In 2012, he dropped Good Kid, Mad City, an autobiographical masterpiece that painted a vivid picture of his upbringing in Compton. It wasn't just an album. It was a cinematic experience, a coming-of-age story that resonated with fans and critics alike. The album was a commercial success, featuring hits like Swimming Pools Drank and Bitch, Don't Kill My Vibe, but beyond the numbers, it solidified Kendrick as a force in hip-hop, an artist who could balance mainstream appeal with deep, thought-provoking storytelling. His rise was meteoric, but rather than resting on his success, he continued pushing boundaries. In 2015, he released Pimp, a Butterfly, an album that defied conventional hip-hop norms. Blending jazz, funk, and spoken word, it was a politically charged masterpiece that captured the essence of the Black experience in America. Songs like All Right became anthems for social justice movements, further cementing his role as a voice for the people. The album was both a critical and commercial triumph, earning him multiple Grammys and widespread acclaim. The follow-up, Damn, released in 2017, saw Kendrick refining his sound while maintaining his depth. It was introspective yet accessible, balancing personal struggles with broader societal themes. The album produced hits like Humble, DNA, and Love, dominating the charts and earning him the Pulitzer Prize for Music, an honor never before awarded to a hip-hop artist. It was a testament to his artistry, proving that rap could be as powerful and respected as any other genre of music. As his music career flourished, Kendrick expanded his influence beyond the studio. He played a pivotal role in curating the soundtrack for Black Panther, blending African and contemporary sounds to create an album that elevated the film's cultural impact. Despite his success, Kendrick remained elusive, rarely seeking the spotlight outside of his music. After Damn, he took a step back from solo releases, focusing on collaborations and executive production while fans eagerly awaited his next move. His return came in 2022 with Mr. Morale and The Big Steppers, an introspective double album that explored themes of trauma, healing, and personal growth. It was Kendrick at his most vulnerable, tackling issues like therapy, fatherhood, and generational pain with unfiltered honesty. Even as the industry evolved, he continued to shape the culture. In 2024, amidst an intense lyrical battle with Drake, he released a series of tracks that reignited the competitive spirit of hip-hop, reminding the world of his lyrical dominance. His ability to craft sharp, poignant diss records while maintaining his artistic integrity only reinforced his status as one of the greatest rappers of his generation. His momentum carried into 2025, where he made history yet again, sweeping the Grammys with multiple wins, further cementing his legacy as a generational talent. Kendrick's career has been defined not just by his music, but by his unwavering commitment to authenticity. He never chases trends. Instead, he sets them. He has never been a stranger to controversy. His upcoming Super Bowl 59 performance is already stirring debate, largely due to his explosive track Not Like Us, a diss song aimed at longtime rival Drake. The song, filled with razor-sharp punchlines and accusations, became an instant cultural phenomenon, dominating social media and streaming platforms. However, it also sparked backlash, with Drake reportedly filing complaints against Universal Music Group and Spotify, accusing them of promoting a song that spreads false and damaging narratives. If Lamar performs the track on one of the biggest stages in entertainment, the controversy is expected to escalate even further. The feud between Lamar and Drake has been simmering for over a decade, dating back to Kendrick's 2013 verse on Control, where he called out Drake and other rappers, challenging them to elevate their craft. Over the years, the two have exchanged subtle jabs through lyrics, interviews, and award speeches, but the tension exploded in 2024 with a series of diss tracks. Drake fired the first shot with Push-Ups, followed by Family Matters, in which he took direct aim at Kendrick's personal life and credibility. Lamar responded with Euphoria, a calculated, slow-burning track dissecting Drake's persona and questioning his authenticity. However, it was Not Like Us that turned the beef into a full-scale cultural moment. Produced by Mustard, the track was a club-ready anthem, laced with venomous bars targeting Drake's character, industry dominance, and alleged misconduct. Unlike traditional diss tracks that focus on lyrical complexity, Not Like Us became a viral sensation, played at parties, sports events, and even receiving cosigns from NBA players and celebrities. The song's success not only humiliated Drake, but also forced him into an uncharacteristic silence, fueling speculation that he had lost the battle. Beyond his personal conflicts, his affiliations have also brought controversy. In early 2025, his former record label, Top Dog Entertainment, TD, was hit with a lawsuit alleging sexual misconduct and workplace harassment among its executives. While Lamar was not named in the lawsuit, his decade-long association with the label brought unwanted scrutiny. Many questioned whether he would address the scandal or distance himself from TD entirely. Despite the turbulence, his influence remains undeniable. Whether through his music, his rivalries, or the debates that surround him, he continues to push boundaries, proving that his legacy is not just about making hits, but making history. But before he became a global icon, he was a young boy soaking in the culture of hip-hop, inspired by the legends who came before him. Among them, none had a greater impact than Tupac Shakur. This early exposure to the culture and energy of hip-hop shaped his artistic direction, leading him to embrace a style that blends storytelling with socio-political commentary. Though often compared to Shakur, Lamar has always sought to carve out his own identity. Influenced by the raw lyricism of the notorious B.I.G., the grittiness of DMX, and the technical prowess of Eminem, he has developed a distinct voice that transcends genres. From Mos Def and Snoop Dogg to Marvin Gaye and Miles Davis, his inspirations extend beyond rap, embedding elements of jazz, funk, and soul into his music. His sound has continuously evolved, defying the conventions of mainstream hip-hop. His early work on mixtapes showcased a rapper hungry for recognition, but as he matured, so did his approach to music. His debut studio album, Section .80, merged austere jazz production with alternative rap, addressing social issues with an intellectual depth rarely seen in the genre. Good Kid, Mad City took a cinematic approach, narrating his experiences growing up in Compton with a level of detail comparable to the works of Martin Scorsese and Quentin Tarantino. The album set a new standard for conceptual rap, proving that hip-hop could be both commercially successful and artistically profound. Then came To Pimp a Butterfly, an album that redefined jazz rap by integrating live instrumentation and improvisation, creating a soundscape that felt as revolutionary as its message. It was a poetic and political statement wrapped in a sonic experience that blurred the lines between hip-hop, jazz, and funk. Damn followed, an introspective and satirical body of work that examined morality, duality, and personal responsibility. His latest work, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, took a more experimental and confessional approach, diving into the complexities of mental health, generational trauma, and self-discovery. Beyond his music, Lamar's influence stretches into entrepreneurship and philanthropy. He has masterfully built his brand with calculated precision, using unorthodox album rollouts filled with cryptic messages and Easter eggs that keep his fanbase, known as kinfolk, engaged. His ventures span across fashion, film, and business, collaborating with designers like Grace Wales Bonner and brands like Nike and Reebok. Through his creative company, PG Lang, he has ventured into storytelling beyond music, including composing the score for Chanel's Haute Couture show. He is also an outspoken advocate for social justice. His music serves as a powerful critique of systemic oppression, with tracks like All Right becoming anthems for the Black Lives Matter movement. He has participated in charity concerts, donated to various causes, and even purchased a wheelchair-accessible van for a quadriplegic fan. His activism is not performative. It is deeply ingrained in his identity as an artist and a leader. Whether through music, philanthropy, or business, his impact continues to grow, proving that his artistry is not just about creating hits, but about leaving a lasting legacy. His influence extends beyond the charts, shaping culture and sparking important conversations. Yet, even as he reaches new heights in his career, he remains a rare breed of artist. One who not only dominates the industry, but does so on his own terms. Despite his immense success, he remains deeply private, choosing instead to let his work speak for itself. Instead, he focuses on his craft, spending long hours in the studio, perfecting every lyric, every beat, every note. But make no mistake, his success is evident in the life he has built. In 2022, Kendrick made a major real estate move, purchasing a breathtaking home in Bel Air, Los Angeles for $15.9 million. The 8,069-square-foot estate, originally built in 1951, sits on a sprawling 0.71-acre lot. It boasts 7 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, a 2-story guest house, a cozy living room with a fireplace, a state-of-the-art kitchen, a dining area, a mini movie theater, a home gym, a wine cellar, and a master bedroom complete with its own fireplace and an expansive bathroom. Outside, the property is just as impressive, featuring a koi pond, a luxurious swimming pool with a spa, an outdoor dining space, and even a mini basketball court, a true sanctuary for the rap legend. His love for timeless luxury extends beyond real estate. His car collection is a blend of classic and modern, showcasing his appreciation for both history and innovation. He still holds onto his first-ever purchase, a 1992 Cadillac Seville, a sentimental nod to his journey. Alongside it sits a 1990 Cadillac Brougham, known for its boxy, premium design, and a 1964 Chevrolet Impala convertible, a classic symbol of West Coast hip-hop culture. But his garage isn't just filled with vintage rides. He also owns a 2018 Range Rover Sport, a 2018 Mercedes G-Class, and a 2017 BMW i8, each reflecting his quiet but refined taste in luxury. Though he isn't known for being ostentatious, Kendrick does appreciate fine jewelry. His collection includes Martin Ali's sleek, industrial-style metal choker and chain bracelets, which he wore during his 2017 Damn tour, as well as a Taron Thomas Archie ring. A flat seal ring featured prominently in his Humble and DNA music videos. He also owns intricate pieces like Han Cholo's Medusa and pyramid rings, which draw inspiration from Greek mythology. But the crown jewel of his collection, both literally and figuratively, is the breathtaking diamond-studded crown of thorns, crafted by Tiffany & Company. The piece, encrusted with 8,000 paved diamonds totaling 137 carats, is valued at around $3 million. More than just a lavish accessory, the crown is a profound statement on power, sacrifice, and artistry. Kendrick's success has afforded him the ability to travel in style, often seen chartering private jets during his tours. While it's unclear if he owns one outright, the convenience of private travel has become a necessity for an artist of his caliber. And while he's been spotted vacationing on luxury yachts, he remains more focused on his work than indulging in excess. Through it all, Kendrick Lamar remains an enigma, one of the most celebrated artists of his generation, yet fiercely protective of his personal life. Whether in the studio crafting his next masterpiece or enjoying the fruits of his labor in quiet luxury, one thing is certain: Kendrick Lamar is not just a rapper. He is a storyteller, a visionary, and a cultural icon whose impact will be felt for generations to come. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing content. And hey, while you're here, check out Ariana Grande's video. I'm sure you'll love it. See you in the next one.